The moment the curtain rose on this week's high-octane edition of SmackDown, an undeniable, almost heavy electric charge surged through every corner of the arena. It was that rare, thick atmospheric tension that usually serves as a prelude to a massive main event explosion. But on this night, the expected detonation didn't occur under the blinding glare of the ring lights. Instead, the real fireworks erupted where no one expected them, in the cold, industrial shadows of the backstage corridors. Rhea Ripley, the woman known globally as Mommy, and a figure defined by pure, unadulterated intimidation, found her path abruptly blocked. Standing in her way was Liv Morgan, a superstar who has undergone a radical transformation. Morgan has evolved from a scrappy, overlooked underdog into a hardened, tactical cornerstone of the women's division, and in this moment, she didn't flinch. This didn't feel like a standard rehearsed segment backed by theatrical entrance music. It felt like a raw, visceral meeting of two titans, a rare moment where the real world seemed to bleed directly into the scripted one, leaving fans breathless. To truly grasp the massive gravity of this face-off, one must look deep into the rearview mirror of WWE history. The relationship between Rhea and Liv is not just a simple rivalry, it is a complex, painful tapestry woven with shifting loyalties, shared victories, and deeply broken promises. Over the years, they have transitioned from uneasy allies and tag team partners into the most bitter of rivals. Each woman has left a permanent, physical and emotional mark on the other's career, creating a feud that is as much about the past as it is about the future. The Ripley era was defined by a ruthless, iron-fisted grip on the Women's World Championship. Her reign was a dominant display of power that solidified her status as a once-in-a-generation talent. Meanwhile, in the shadows of that dominance, Liv Morgan was busy fighting a different kind of war. She was silencing every critic who ever dared to call her a placeholder or a secondary star. Liv didn't just climb the ladder of success, she reached the top and kicked the ladder away so that no one could ever follow her path again. The confrontation itself was nothing short of a masterclass in psychological warfare. In the dim, flickering lighting of the backstage area, the silence between them was absolutely deafening. When Ripley stepped into Morgan's personal space, the air seemed to vanish from the room. There were no referees present to act as a buffer, no security teams to pull them apart, and no roaring fans to provide a comforting soundtrack. It was just two elite athletes locked in a high-stakes, high-tension game of chicken where neither was willing to blink first. Ripley's voice, when she finally spoke, was a chilling blend of surgical precision and a simmering, barely contained rage. She wasn't just talking trash, she was asserting total ownership of the division and reminding everyone who the alpha truly is. But Morgan, once the girl who might have backed away or looked at the floor, stood as still as a stone statue. Her retort wasn't just a clever comeback for the cameras, it was a defiant declaration that the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour is fueled by a fire that has no room for fear or intimidation. The very second the cameras cut away to the next segment, the WWE universe exploded across every social media platform. The debate began instantly and hasn't stopped since. Is Rhea Ripley's return to total dominance inevitable, or has Liv Morgan finally discovered the secret key to dismantling the nightmare? This wasn't just content designed to fill a time slot, it was a catalyst for 1,000 different theories. Fans have been busy dissecting every micro-expression, every twitch of the eye, and every syllable of their exchange, recognizing that they were witnessing the birth of the next great, era-defining feud in professional wrestling. So, what happens when an unstoppable force finally meets an immovable object? We are likely headed toward a collision so violent and so intense that it cannot be contained by a standard wrestling match. With the personal animosity reaching a fever pitch, a simple 3-count or a standard pinfall might not be enough to settle the score this time. Speculation is already mounting among insiders about a potential Extreme Rules or steel cage stipulation, an environment designed to ensure that these two can finally settle their grievances in blood without any outside interference. This wasn't just a segment to fill time on a Friday night, it was a foundational shift in the entire power structure of SmackDown. It proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that Liv Morgan is no longer just a challenger, she is a peer of the highest order. And it proved that Rhea Ripley is more dangerous and focused now than she has ever been in her career. As the dust settles on this backstage ambush, one thing remains certain: the road to the next premium live event is paved with the wreckage of a former friendship. Whether you are a loyal member of Judgment Day or a firm believer in Liv's undying resilience, you simply cannot afford to look away.